much confidence. Yeah, I know I grew up in the ghetto. Too much confidence. Bad bitch heading on a nigga. Yes, I'm alright. Sky fly high like a kite. No, too much confidence.
Hello everyone, welcome to another video of lessons about Forex. For those who don't know me, my name is Tibusism Tiniso, and in today's video we'll be speaking about top-down analysis. So one of the most important things that we do as traders is actually understanding how the market behaves, and then we do that by actually doing what we actually call top-down analysis. So top-down analysis is basically analyzing a market starting from a weekly time frame and then go back to a lower time frame to actually understand how the market was behaving and how the market is currently behaving right now, and then understanding the momentum of the market and see if the market respects your strategy, and then understand when to enter and then when to exit. So this is the kind of video that this is the type of video that you will need on your trading journey, because this video will be actually helping you and actually giving you a reference point on how to actually start doing that for yourself. So without wasting any further time, let's go into the slides. So basically in this video we'll be speaking about how to plan for a profitable week, meaning that how to actually start analyzing from a weekly, daily, or for our time frame to actually look for the momentum of the upcoming week, and then skim back test your strategy. So skim back testing your strategy means that looking for your strategy in that type of a market. So you're looking if the market is actually respecting your strategy, or if you actually see the pattern that you're looking for in the market, and then after that understanding the entries. So what I did here is that I've shared one of the top-down analysis plans that I use. So the way that I do my top-down analysis is that I start by analyzing from a weekly, daily, and a 4-hour time frame. This helps me to actually understand the momentum of that chart, and then after that I skim back test my own strategy. That is, I look for the patterns that I look for when I'm looking at the market, and then now I go to a 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 15 minutes chart to actually see if the market is actually has the same strategies that I'm looking for. That is, like, it's giving me the same setup that is actually gonna help me to enter into the market. So I'm gonna share this with you guys. So without wasting any further time, I wanna go to a live chart where I actually show how I do this, guys. So without wasting further time, let's go into the slide. So here we have AUD CAD, and then we can see that we're on a weekly time frame. So this is the highest time frame that I start for. So but if you want to see other time frames, you can see that we can even start on a month if you want to, but I usually start on a weekly time frame. So looking at this, the first thing that I do is that I look at like 2 years back. That is, I try to understand what the market was doing like previously. So you can see that the market here was on a downtrend. So this is just for me to understand, but this is like not useful like that much. It just helps me understand what the market is like it is doing in overall, you see. So you can see that the market had a downtrend, and then it broke out here, and then when it got into the lower high here, it retested, and then it broke the lower high, and then now as it was approaching the second lower high, it somehow rejected and then retested, and reversed to come and retest to this area here. So meaning now that the market basically here was on a bearish momentum, but now is actually on a bullish momentum. So that's what I've got from that first part. So now the second thing now I need to do is that now I need to actually analyze that and actually like draw something that is gonna help me, that is actually happening recently now, understand? So because what I just gave you now is something that happened 2 years ago, and then I don't want to know much about that. It just gives me like a reference point now. So this is just a foundation to understand what is like the market is happening. So now I know that we're in a bullish market overall. We're trying to get into this area here, and then we haven't reached that area yet. You understand that? So now I'm gonna come back into what is happening recently here. So I can see that for the past 2 weeks past 2 weeks here, we can see that this red candlestick here, we saw that sellers were dominating, and then here when they were pushing to the downside, the buyers eventually pushed took the force took the power back again, and then now they pushed the market to the upside. So this actually confirmed that the buyers now are willing to go to push the market to the upside. You understand that? So now what I will do now is that I will go to a daily time frame to actually understand now, to actually analyze and see if this thing is actually what I anticipated. You understand that? So now let's go into the daily time frame. So you can see here on the daily time frame that this is what we have here. You can see that we have support here. So if you're looking at this support, you can see that the market, remember previously this was the lower high, then the market, it actually broke that lower high. This was the lower high, sorry, then it actually broke it, and then now it's retesting to the lower high. You understand that? So meaning that this is going to be our support, right? So we have our support there, and then I can also see that because of we are at the bullish momentum, I can also see that we have an uptrend here that is still forming. Remember, we still try to confirm our momentum, so I have an uptrend that is still forming there. Understand that, no? Okay, so now what we will do now, so we understand that, okay, here we have our support, and then the market came here, and then you can see here that it actually reversed and then went to the upside. So now it's basically maybe like making the last kiss now, that is retesting for the last time before it can go to the upside, right? So up until before it can go to the upside, maybe up until it can reach this point, and then maybe when it gets to that point, maybe it can break that point and then retest and then go to the upside. So now we're gonna go to the 4-hour time frame. So looking at the 4-hour time frame here, so the 4-hour time frame, we actually see if the market is like basically is actually confirming what we see here. That is, it's actually doing setups that are actually forcing us to believe that we on a that we actually now trying to be on a like our bullish momentum. All right, so we can see that here there's patterns here. You see that the market, when it reached this support here, it had this type of a pattern, that is, we call this pattern a descending channel, and then once it had this descending channel, it broke that channel, and then now it started retesting that channel. That is, now it's retesting it here. Okay, let me do that. Yeah, so now this basically means that the market now is actually doing what we anticipated, right? Meaning now the market is actually like giving us more confirmations that is going to the upside. So now we actually understand that this chart is actually like on a bullish momentum, and then now we need to understand if this chart is actually giving us the patterns that we're looking for. So the type of the patterns that I look for is the continuation patterns, right? So meaning now looking at this time frame that I'm on, looking at this drawing and this analysis that I have here, I'm gonna basically look at the type of patterns that I have, that I look for. So I can see that here the market, you see here the market had the impulsive move to the upside, and then it gave it that, it had that pattern there, right? So this is just to back test, right? And then it broke out there, and then it retested here. So this is the first pattern that I look for. Then for those who watched the previous video about the double bottom, you can see that here there's a small double bottom here. Let me just draw it for you. So this is the small double bottom here, right? So meaning this is the type of a pattern that you're looking for, right? So this is the first one, and then okay, let's remove that. So this is just to understand if the market is actually respecting that. Oh, I almost missed this one. Let me just undo that. See, this is another one here. You can see this is another one here. So that's another double bottom, right? So okay, and again let's look at the market. Okay, so here double top, see, double top. I can see double top, so impulse, and then it corrected, and then impulse. So double top, also valid. And then here there was this type of a pattern, and again double bottom. See that? Okay. So basically, what we see here is that this market is actually respecting our strategy. So with that being said, it means now we understand the momentum, and we've seen that the market is actually respecting the strategy that we're looking for. And then now the last part that we need to do is we need to go and find our entries. So we're gonna quickly go into a 1 hour time frame. So looking at the 1 hour time frame here, so we can see that the market here, so we can see, let me just fix this one. So we can see that the market actually, what it did here is that it we had this pattern before. So we had this pattern, so it was impulsive here, and then it gave us this descending channel, right? And then it broke out, and then now it's giving us the last it's giving us the correction, that is, it's giving us like the last correction before it can actually move to the upside. So what this means now, if we're looking for a better entry, so now it means that you can see that the market had the first touch here, second touch here. So now should the market now come back and then made a third touch here, and then give us the confirmation, or like a candlestick confirmation, like it's either it's going to be a morning star or a bullish engulfing or a hammer or an inverted shooting star, any type of a candlestick confirmation that is gonna give us a reversal, then that is gonna be how we're going to make an entry. So this is basically the first option that we're looking for to the market, and then now we're gonna actually push it up until we get there. So this is gonna be the only thing that we're looking for this week. And then you can see that the stop loss here is just what it's 30 pips, nothing much. It's just 30 pips. It means that if you're using a 0.01, it's just like $3 loss, but the win here, you can see it's 354 pips. So meaning that if you're losing $3, you're actually making how much dollars? You're making $35 if you win, right? And then we don't, every time that when you're placing a trade, we're not placing a trade to lose, we're actually looking for a win. So our win, basically the risk reward ratio, it's 11.76%. so it's about like 11, so we can just say it's roughly around 12%. Understand that? So this is basically the first option that we're looking for. So let's say now you see now the market is currently running here. So let's assume that the market doesn't actually reach this point, but it breaks that area there. So should the market, while it's running there, should it if it can maybe like move to the upside somehow, move to the upside and then break down and breaks the downtrend here, it breaks the correction actually, and then retest to the downside here, then that will mean this is gonna be an entry for us. And then again, still risking the 30 pips, but now our reward will be 10.12%. Yeah, so we basically will be 10%, but this is basically like the only thing that we do when we doing top down analysis. So that's it for today, guys. So this is what we actually gonna do when we actually doing the top down analysis. So again, going back to our slide, we're saying that first thing that we do is that we start by analyzing from a weekly, daily, or 4-hour time frame. This is again to actually understand the momentum that for the upcoming week. So how we do that is that we look for 2 years back, we understand what was happening 2 years ago, and then we see that the market was actually doing this type of a movement, or like for example what we anticipated now on the AUDCAD, we saw that it was downtrending, and then now it broke, and then once it reached to the first lowest lower high, it retested that, and then it broke it, and then now as it was approaching the second lower high, it somehow retested the breakout that it made there, that is the support that it the resistance that it broke there, and then it created a support there. It started retesting that, and then now it's basically it's actually at that point now, so meaning now we confirmed that we have a bullish momentum, and then after that we skim back test our strategy, meaning that when you skim back test your strategy, you're actually looking if the market was respecting your strategy or not. And then after doing that, we went on a lower time frame. So we went, it can go to either a 1 hour time frame, 15 minutes time frame, 30 minutes time frame, but we only went to the 1 hour time frame and 15 minutes time frame. So the reason we did that is so that you can understand better entries there. You can actually go also on a 30 minutes time frame. It doesn't matter, 15 and 30 is like, for me, like they're like the same thing, but 15 minutes is better than 30 minutes. But when we got there, we basically use that one for understanding better entries. So this is the only thing that you're going to need, and then the only thing now you need to do as a beginner trader, or as anyone who's been trading and then now is trying to improve their knowledge of trading, is to maybe try it on your own, see if you can find your own top-down analysis. Make sure that you stick to it, whatever plan that you have, just make sure that you stick to that plan. So thank you so much guys for watching up until this video, this very end. I know this video guys is gonna help you a lot guys, and then make sure guys, if you like the video, make sure that you hit that like button, and then if you want to hear more from me, make sure that you subscribe, because I'm planning to get like the first 100 subscribers, and then make sure that guys you share this content, because all I'm trying to do is help each and everyone here who's willing, who has started this training, who has started this journey of trading with us, and then who's also willing to actually improve their knowledge, their financial knowledge, and also their like knowledge about trading. So thank you so much guys, make sure that you enjoy your day. Cheers.